Here we are here in Crum, Texas, just north of Denton. I'm going to show you a few of the plants I'm growing, some peppers, some cilantro, some tomatoes, some onions, and a couple other things. But just wanted to kind of do a video update of where I stood today and taking a couple turns to get to where I'm at. Today's 6/20/09, so I'll check back in a couple weeks and maybe we can see if there's been any progress made. As you'll see, there's a variety of different ways I've planted these plants because I'm a first-year gardener, so I wanted to see how it all worked, which was best. Here's the peppers, the green peppers over here. This is a bell pepper plant. They seem to be doing pretty good. There's lots of new blossoms coming up here, so you can see there's three pretty good sized ones. I wouldn't say gigantic, but they're big to me because it's the first I've ever seen on my plants. This is a hot pepper. I'm not sure what kind. The leaves are kind of making me believe that it's a habanero, but it is really just loaded with peppers. I lost count of 20, so they're all about this size. They got the wrinkly skin on them, and I'm afraid they might be habaneros. Not afraid, but I didn't expect that when I bought it. But oh well, I guess you can do more with less, as they say. So that's that plant. It's really taken off. It's about 24, 28 inches tall. And over here, by the way, those are 8-gallon pots. They're 16-gallon drums cut in half. So I use those as my pot. An old fern. Girlfriend wanted to throw it out, and I said maybe I could save it. And so far, it doesn't look like it's going to make it, but I don't know. I like giving things a shot if I can. This is the cilantro, or some folks call it coriander. I'm really just growing for the coriander seeds, so I can keep some cilantro around. I haven't really decided what to do with it yet. I really just grabbed it from my salsa that I planned on making with all my peppers, but I'll get back to that later. And these 3 pots right here are okra, all, again, 8-gallon containers, 3 per container. They're doing okay. There's something with the shade. As you get closer to the shade, these over here are doing the best. They get more shade than the other ones, I think. So maybe these plants don't need to be out here in the hot Texas side. And this is a south side of a shed here, and facing into the sun this way is west, so it gets a lot of sun, all day sun, which may be a problem. Here are my hanging tomatoes. Here's a Bonnie Select. As you can see, there's plenty of little blossoms growing. I got a little tomato on there, a little excited about it. Here's a couple little baby ones. They're sprouting out too. I guess got little blooms on it, which I'll revisit what I'm thinking later about my theory on these hanging baskets. As you can see, there a lot of this root right here, right here on the southern one, a lot of this main stem right here is bare because I had to pull off a lot of dead leaves. I don't know if that's common or did I do something wrong? Did I overwater, underwater? I don't know. About everything I looked up gave different reasons why, and in other words, if you don't know, you don't know. Here's Bush Goliath. It's another indeterminate breed, and basically just 5-gallon containers. Stuffed them with some hay. I saw I guess the ag center over here threw out a bunch of hay at the end of the school year, so I went over there and grabbed a few handfuls of it and used it as kind of like a mulch. And here's the last one. This is a better bush, a determinate variety, and it's got a tomato on it. I guess I can't complain. The videos I've seen in these other states seem to be doing a lot better, but I'm still contemplating whether I want to keep those hanging or not. And the reason is, here's the 4th one of my hanging. Oh, by the way, my hanging pole is a 3x3 or a 4x4 1/4-inch tube steel with a regular, maybe a 2.5-inch power line, clothesline pole. See how I drilled the holes out and set that thing in. So it's really super strong, and it's cemented into the ground as well. It's about 8.5 feet tall. Here's one of the reject, I call it, from the hanging tomatoes. It basically has been looking kind of sad. Don't really know if it's going to turn the corner or not. And I'm thinking today is going to be the day it gets transplanted into the ground, which I've turned over behind me. And for some reason, the plants over here, let me back up. I started this little section out here to be just an onion patch. And planted some white onion bulbs right over here that I'm looking at now. These are all white onions. And sparsely throughout this other part is some yellow Spanish onions. And that was it. I didn't really get too much luck on the seeds that I planted into the yellow Spanish, but there's probably, I don't know, maybe anywhere between 40 and 60 total onion plants growing in this little patch here, about a 8-foot by 6-foot, maybe more, maybe less, little turned up portion of ground here. I haven't done too great on weed control. It's pretty much, like I said, it was just kind of something I just did last minute. And but I did mix in some manure and some compost and some fertilizers and stuff that I had left over from all the pots, and blended in, turned it down about 8 or 10 inches, and turned it all over, which was pretty strenuous with just a shovel, of course, in this Texas soil. And miraculously, everything I've thrown in it that was supposedly dead, such as these 3 tomatoes, has really taken off. They're actually putting my hanging basket tomatoes to shame. And this has only been in about 4 weeks, and they all started like this little guy. Neighbor brought this one over and asked me to see if I could bring it back to life 3 or 4 days ago, and I just planted it out here and told him we'll see. But there's something in this ground. I don't know if it's because it's been in some high bush and all this tree line, all the leaves and foliage, but it's really nutrient rich, and these plants are just taking off. Which I'm going to, as an experiment, plant that other hanging tomato in here that I just showed you that was kind of on the bubble. And if it turns the corner, I'm probably going to do away with all hanging baskets and plant out here in this miracle soil, as I call it. But that's that. Those, like I said, all those tomatoes I just showed you, those 3, were 3 of 5 that I had hanging that pretty much dropped. Oh yeah, but and turned into like a yellow. I think it had a root ball, something with the root ball. Just turned into like a big white circle with little points off of it. This is a jalapeno plant, by the way. It also was dead. No leaves on it. It had 3 leaves on it when I planted it out here about a week and a half ago. And now look at it. It's just amazing. So, and it was a hanging jalapeno as well. So, don't know if hanging stuff works down here in my soil. I don't know. And I basically dug me up a little compost heap for next year. I have learned don't use fresh manure. That will eat your root balls up. So that might have been some of the cause. And here's my little compost box. You know, got all my dry grass clippings in it and eggs. What I got in there? Lettuce. You know, banana peels, all that good stuff goes into the compost heap. So I'll check back in a couple of weeks and see how things have progressed, and I appreciate any feedback y'all could give me. Thank you, and I'll check back with you later.